Hi everybody, I'm Joe from Flipping Unleashed, and I figured I'd bring you guys to one of my projects I have going on right now. It's getting ready to close escrow in a couple days. They're getting ready to do the final inspection, so I figured, hey, why don't we kill two birds with one stone? Let's come check out the project. And at the same time, I wanted to share some insights with you guys about real estate and why it's a great career and why it's worthwhile and why you can do it and some of the pros and some of the things that I've really enjoyed. And hopefully you guys enjoy what I have to say, because one of the things you'll like about it is that I only make money one way, and that's real estate investing. So it's my career, it's my passion, you know? And I figured what better way than show you this project we just finished, and you guys can see an actual first-hand account what it looks like. So we're sitting here in bright and sunny Huntington Beach, California. I don't know if you guys know where that is. That's in Orange County. And this particular property is about a mile from the water. And so this is one of my properties that I'm flipping right now. And I wanted to share its location with you. And I want you guys to realize while we're having this conversation is to realize, like, hey, if this guy can do what he's doing in Southern California and property near the water, I want you to understand that you can do this anywhere, you know? There's no such thing as like, oh, well, you know, I can only work in this neighborhood because that neighborhood, the people there are too smart, or the properties are too expensive, or it's too harsh, too competitive. That's not true at all. On the contrary, I did really well on this one. And if you apply the right techniques, you can do well anywhere, you know? Let me just share with you guys a few little things, just something to think about, okay? One, if you're watching this video, I'm going to assume there's something about your life you don't like right now, okay? And what I mean by that is something about maybe your career, maybe you're not happy with it, maybe you feel like it's dead end, maybe you don't like your boss, he or she's a jerk. Maybe there's something about work that doesn't inspire you anymore. You don't wake up in the morning all excited, getting ready to do it. Or maybe you're just tired of being on a budget and having to really slimline the way you live life. There's countless reasons why we're not happy with our work, okay? And I want to tell you that if you're thinking about real estate, I'm glad. And I'm glad you're here, because real estate is freaking awesome, okay? But one of the first things you have to do is you have to make a decision, and you have to decide. And what does that word decide mean? Well, decide comes from the French word that means killer. Well, what does that mean? Well, side means you're killing something, right? Suicide, yourself. Insecticide, you're killing insects. Herbicide, you're killing weeds, right? Well, every time you think about making a change and you don't make a change, you decided. Whether you wanted to or not, your actions made the decision for you. And what'd you do? You killed off your future. You killed off the opportunity to like solve whatever issue, to want more and get more in life, right? So what I want you guys, if anything you get out of this short video, is think about like real estate and really decide about moving forward. I want you to use the word side to kill off all the excuses why you're not going to move forward. I want you guys to actually really take a shot and move forward, okay? So that's the first thing. And you know, one of the biggest things that I love about real estate, everyone's like always talks about money and this and that. Money's great, I'm not gonna lie, absolutely money's great. But you know the biggest thing? Freedom. I love freedom, okay? And I'm not talking about Mel Gibson and Braveheart at the very end where he goes, freedom! You know, that's great, that's fine and dandy, but we don't live in medieval times. What I mean is freedom in the sense right now where I get to choose when I want to work. I get to choose where I work. I get to choose with who I want to work. If there's contractors, realtors, attorneys, whatever, I don't especially care for their personalities. I don't have to work with them. You know, I get to choose how I work. I get to choose in what way I work, you know? And because I make a good living, there's certain financial freedoms. I get to choose when and where I want to go on vacation. What kind of vacations? When I go to lunch, how I go to lunch, dinners, all kinds of things. And that to me is probably like the greatest benefit of working in real estate. It's the freedom. This industry will change you fundamentally as a person. That's one thing you're gonna love about it, you know? And people say, well, Joe, you know, I wish I could do what you do, and but I don't have any money. And that's okay. You don't have to have any money. When I was in my early 20s, I had a bunch of small limit credit cards. I didn't have the best credit, you know? Bought my first house with those credit cards.
Now nowadays, it's even freaking easier than that, you know? I won't tell you how old I am, but I'll tell you I'm a lot older than that, and things have changed a lot, you know? Nowadays, you can get financing from the seller. You can wholesale the property. You can do joint ventures. You can options on the property, and you can work with private lenders. See, what you have to understand is the beauty about what you're getting ready to embark on is that if you think money is an obstacle, then you're not thinking about it the right way. The true value, the true currency here is you being able to find good deals and closing those deals. That is the valuable currency here. And if you have that valuable currency, people will pay you for it. Money will not be an issue. You will find that there'll be others who will provide money for it. So that's not going to be an issue. And if you're worried about the market, you know, I'm worried, Joe, now's not a good time to buy or now's not a good time to sell. I got two things to say about that. One, Blockbuster, payphones, and taxi cab drivers, okay? If you notice, these are industries that are pretty much dead. I read the other day there's only one Blockbuster location left. I used to love Blockbuster. Who would ever guess the thing was gonna die out the way it did? But it did, right? Well, let me tell you something. Whether it's 20 years, 50 years, 100 years, I don't see things changing. We're always gonna want a roof over our head. We're always gonna want shelter. We're always going to want a certain amount of privacy. And I don't believe technology is going to change that one bit. So the housing market, it's not going anywhere. In other words, the desire, the demand for housing is going to be there. Well, it's just going to be harder to get good deals. Well, you know, this property, I'm going to post more videos on it. I'm getting ready to close escrow, so I don't think it's right to quote the price, but I will, that I paid for it. But I promise you, I paid less than half of what I'm selling it for, okay? So my point is this. Certain things are never gonna end unless we're like on some different planet, reverse, you know, polarity planet where all the basic rules of life here change. And what I mean by that, there's always gonna be death, there's always gonna be disease, there's always gonna be divorce, there's always gonna be drugs, depression, all those things are gonna be around. That's not gonna end. And those are some of the root causes of distressed situations and people selling their property cheap. I don't see those things ending, so you don't have to worry about that. So money's not an issue. It's not the right time to buy, not the right time to get in the street. No, I think it's always the right time. It's always gonna be the right time, you know? Well, you know, I don't have time to go get a license. Well, you don't need a license. If you wanna get one day we're gonna have a deep discussion on the pros and cons. But to get started and to be successful, you don't need a license. Pure and simple, a license is not needed. So let me just close it up with just a few little things. One, you can do this full or part-time. Any effort you make will be rewarded. And if you can only do it a little bit every day after work, an hour, 2 hours, that's fine. Collectively, it will make a difference. And eventually, if you keep that concerted effort, you'll find that one day you will make the transition and you'll be able to full-time be involved in real estate. So believe me when I tell you, anything you can do can make a difference. It's really nice that once you get involved, you're gonna own property, you're gonna probably keep some, and you're gonna get rental income, which is freaking awesome. It's nice to have that passive income, and what I mean by passive is that you don't have to do anything for it. It just checks come in the mail every month, and that's really awesome, and that's great stability. So you get to build your own salary savings, your own retirement, right? And finally, the last thing is I just want to have one basic understanding with you guys. I'm going to share with you my insights, and I'm going to give you my honest opinions and honest information based on my experience. That's my promise to you. And here's the promise that I want. I want you to keep a full open mind. And part of the reason why I say that is because TV is flooded right now with a lot of reality shows. Reality TV is fine and dandy, and I call it eye candy or junk food for the brain, but it's not representative of how the industry really works. And plain and simple is that guys like me, we don't get paid by a producer. We don't get paid by sponsors, okay? There's only one way we eat. We eat after the home is sold. And depending on what price we purchased the home, what terms we got on the purchase, and how good of a job we did fixing the home and marketing it and selling it afterwards, those all determine how well we eat. And I don't know if you guys know, you can tell, but I like to eat, and I like to eat well. So all I say is please think about that, because you'll find that it's totally different the industry. And what I want to share with you is what really works all the time and everywhere. So stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, and I promise you guys are going to get a lot of cool information that worked for me and that'll work for you guys as well. Okay? So you guys enjoy your day.